Hi guys, I'm here to do my July book haul. I have a pretty big stack of books here, not as many. I went a little bit crazy, so yeah, let's just dive right into it so we're not here forever. The first book I got is The Forever Summer by Jamie Burnett. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but I'm reading her other book right now called one of her other ones called Drowning Home, and I really like what it's about. It's very fast paced. I started when I was on vacations, and I'm halfway through it already. So I bought her other two, and this one, her other one, and the one I'm reading right now is very summery, which I like, because then I can read this one, I can finish that one and then read one of her other ones now because they're summery kind of because of the covers. But the covers I could just take them as summary and then they're not even summer. But this one I know is summer because it has summer in the title. The next one is Out East, a memoir of Montauk by John Glenn. The cover intrigued me. I've never heard of him before. He does work in publishing, but I've never heard of him before. And I was intrigued to read his book and see what it's about, and I got interested. The next one is another Jamie Burnett book. It's The Husband Hour by Jamie Burnett. I am so sorry if I'm butchering your name. This one is about a girl named Lauren, and she marries her high school sweetheart. They get Rory, and Lauren and Rory get married right out of college. And he's a star hockey player, and he gets the chance to play in the NFL, and then he shocks everybody by enlisting in the army, and he dies in combat. And Lauren is left devastated, so she decides to retreat to her parents' house on the Jersey Shore. And when she gets there, she has to share it with her overbearing mother and competitive sister. And then there's this guy named Matt who's making a documentary about Rory. And he tracks down Lauren and asks Lauren to spend an hour with him and just telling him stories about Rory that he can put in the documentary. These covers, what I like about them are that these covers are so pretty, and they're so like fun and summery because there's the ocean and everything. So I like these, and not only that, it is signed, which is another reason why I bought it, because it did intrigue me. But I've never read. This book may be a little bit depressing, but I'm sure it's going to be good because I've never read like anything like that before. So I'm interested in reading it and see where the story goes. The next one I didn't buy. I got this for free because I went to an event and they were giving them out. Was Tegan and Sarah High School. This is the memoir, and this book, it's an arc, and it comes out on September 24th, if any of you are interested in, like, Tegan and Sarah. This is the memoir about them and their life, pretty much. That's all I can say. And I might read that before it comes out so I can do a review of it in my either July or August wrap-up. So take a look. So be on the lookout for that one. This one is Waiting for Tom Hanks by Kerry Winfrey. I heard somebody on BookTube talking about this. I do not know who because I cannot remember. But it intrigued me, and it is short. It's only like about, I don't even know. I do not even know. All I know is that it's short and it intrigued me. I cannot tell you. Oh, okay. I'll just read the back to you. It's about a girl named Amy. I'm not going to read all of it. I'll just read it and then explain it as best I can. It's about a girl named Annie Cassidy, and she dreams of being the next Nora Ephron. She spends her days writing screenplays, rewatching Sleepless in Seattle, and waiting for her movie perfect meet cute. If she could just find her own Tom Hanks, a man who's sweet, sensitive, and possibly owns a houseboat. And then her problems disappear and her life would be perfect, but Tom Hanks is nowhere in sight. And then a movie starts filming in her neighborhood, and Annie gets a job on the set. And then Annie meets the lead actor, who couldn't be less like Tom Hanks. And she meets him, and pretty much she meets him, and then I think they fall in love or whatever. But it seems like a really cute, very fast-paced read that I could read in a day or two. So this seems like a quirky, fun book. So I'm excited to read it. The next one is Too Much Is Not Enough, a memoir of fumbling toward adulthood by Andrew Rannells. He's been in a couple things that I've seen, and I think I'm going to get to this because I'm currently reading 3 different books at once. So once I finish one of them, I will probably pick this one up next, or if not, or if I don't, then one of the Jamie Byrne books. But I'm excited to get to this one because, like I mentioned, I have seen a couple of his movies in the past, and he was on, I think, a TV show I read or something. So I got it from the library, but it took forever to get to me. So at the branch that I go to, so I just decided, I was like, I'll just buy it and then I can read it when I want. But it is quick, so I will probably get to it sooner rather than later. The next one is In Some Other Life by Jessica Brody. I did read a Jessica Brody book in the past. I cannot think of... I can't think of what the name of it is right now off the top of my head. But I read it last year, and I thought it was really good. So when I saw this, the cover also intrigued me because I feel like it's going to be like a tomboy, girly kind of book. So I'm intrigued. It is very long. So I'm intrigued to read it and see what it's about. But the cover is just so cool. This is what the front looks like, and then this is what the back looks like. So I'm interested to see what it's about. And the last Jessica Brody book that I read, I thought was good. So I'm hoping this one is good too. And I haven't read a lot of her books, but this is the second one that the first one I got out of the library and I liked it, but I gave it like 3 or 4 stars. But this one I bought because I'm like, why not? If I like it, I like it. So I'm hoping that one's good too. The next one is Fight to Flight. Somebody I saw talked about this book on BookTube, which is why I also bought it. It's about a girl who goes back home to her hometown, and then she meets this guy on the plane, and yeah. So I'm intrigued. I know it's... And then something else happens. The person who I the person who I watched who talked about this book, she explained it, but in a way that I was like, huh. So I bought it to see for myself. It is pretty long, but I'm hoping I can read it in a day or two. But it does seem like a very good book, and a cute, like I said, another cute, fun book. So I'm excited to read it and get my hands on, read it, and give my 2 cents on it. Okay. The next ones that I bought were kind of like nostalgia. The next couple books that I bought, they were kind of like nostalgia books, which is another reason why I wanted to read them. But I figured because they were like nostalgia books, I could get through them quickly. I can get through them in like a day or two. But the next one is William Shakespeare's Much Ado About Mean Girls. This one was kind of... This is kind of like a parody of Much Ado About Nothing, since it's like Mean Girls based. So I'm hoping, and it's by Ian Dosher. I'm sorry if I butchered your name too. But this is short, so it's a very fast-paced read. I can read it in probably a day and a half. Less than a day. So I saw this because I've seen Mean Girls so many times, and I loved it. Whenever it's on TV, I still watch it. I've never watched the second one, but I do want to watch the second one. So maybe one of these days, I'll probably just watch the original and then watch the second one all the way through, because I've seen parts of it, but I've never seen the whole thing. Anyway, but yeah, I'm excited to read it. It is short, like I mentioned, so it is a fast-paced read, but this one just seems so fun and quirky. So yeah. The next one is apparently, which I didn't know about, Legally Blonde. I don't know if it is, but apparently I didn't think it was true, but apparently Legally Blonde was a book. So I bought, and I've seen Legally Blonde a bunch of times with Reese Witherspoon. It's so good. But Legally Blonde was a book. So I bought the book. It's by Amanda Brown. I had no idea, but it seems like I mentioned, it seems like it's going to be a fun, quick, fast-paced read. So I bought the book, and then maybe I'll rewatch the movie. But I don't know if the two of them are related or not. I'm going to read it and find out. And I think when I bought Much Ado About Mean Girls, William Shakespeare parody of it, I was on a Mean Girls kick. So I bought the Byrne Cookbook. It's a parody. It's by Jonathan Bennett and Nikki Martin. And the foreword is by Lacey Chabert, who played Gretchen Wieners. I like Jonathan Bennett. He was the host of Cupcake Wars, but he was also so good in Mean Girls. And it's the unauthorized cookbook for Mean Girl fans. So I guess when I bought that other Mean Girls book, I was just on a Mean Girls kick. So I'm excited to see what's in it and try them out. And the last one is another Mean Girls book because I was on a Mean Girls kick. It's Mean Girls by Makolo Asto. I don't know if this is the actual, book based on the movie, but I don't know if this is actual book based on the Mean Girls movie. I think it is because it says the screenplay was based on the screenplay by Tina Fey, but I think this is, I don't know if it is, but I wanted to read it anyway, so I bought it. Okay. Those were all the books that I bought in July. I hope you guys like this. Let me know down in the comments if you have read or are interested in reading any of the books I talked about. And stay tuned for my July wrap-up. I'm sorry, June wrap-up. And my June and July wrap-up together. Because I didn't film one, so there's a couple books that I read in June that I'll just make it a June and July wrap-up. So look out for that one, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Bye!